Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just want to take a very quick moment and go over some of the more recent news as to what we've been seeing as far as this negative downwards trend with the entire cryptocurrency market. Now, of course, not one coin has just been affected. It's been actually an entire array of coins. And of course, your top performing coins on the chart here for coinmarketcap.com, you can easily see that. Some of them are slightly recovering, but of course, this is a very minimal situation. Now, it is interesting that certain coins such as Bitcoin Cash and even Bitcoin SV have had a little bit better trend, if you will, when it comes to this downwards market. And even your stable coins are obviously maintaining their price point, some a little bit better than others. But nonetheless, all of your top performing cryptocurrencies out there have definitely been negatively impacted. And there's been some news that have been revolving around what's happened, which has ultimately affected the entire market cap. And we'll get into some of that news here in just a second. Really quickly, I wanted to show everyone the entire market cap for all of cryptocurrencies is just over $264 billion. So from about 2 weeks ago up until now, we've seen a substantial amount of money being removed from the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. And I think a lot of things outside of even cryptocurrencies are impacting what we're seeing right now. And of course, I'm hopeful that we'll start seeing some more positive trends coming up into Q4 of this year, 2019, leading into 2020. Who knows exactly whether that's going to happen as far as being positive versus negative. But if we actually maintain with the news that we've been given, and hopefully what we might be seeing in the near future, we'll start seeing a lot more positive traction again for the entire cryptocurrency market. Now, a couple of bits of news that actually kind of pertains to why we've seen this negative trend. So to get things started with the reason why we're seeing a negative downtrend in the cryptocurrency market, we just had a $3 billion Ponzi scheme being exposed. And of course, now we're seeing a substantial amount of Bitcoin being dumped by the hundreds. And of course, this is coming from Cointelegraph.com. Now, this information pertaining to this new Ponzi scheme is based out of China and is being dubbed Plus Token. We can see here in this article that Plus Token was created mid-2018 and promised high-yield investment returns at different rebate percentages for its 4 tiers of members. This is absolutely a classic Ponzi scheme by its structure. And interesting enough, by early 2019, there were already over 10 million members. Guys, that is absolutely absurd to have that many people as part of this huge Ponzi scheme. But apparently it was enticing enough to actually bring in that many people. So what we can see again, that with all the amount of investors that were part of this particular Ponzi scheme, they were all scammed out of a whopping $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. This right here is just kind of a graph to show you how that Ponzi scheme was supposed to work. Guys, if you're looking for fast returns, I would definitely say that your high yield platforms might be able to do that, but they are the biggest scams on the planet when it comes to getting yourself invested in cryptocurrencies. Might I suggest just simply avoiding that, just simply getting yourself into the kind of cryptocurrency you favor, and of course just sitting on that. If you are someone who wants to participate in day trading, that's an entirely different avenue. It has nothing to do with a Ponzi scheme. It would be a way for you to accumulate more, but you have to learn how to obviously read charts and buy in and sell off a completely different manner than, again, dealing with a Ponzi scheme such as Plus Token, or even companies such as BitConnect, which was an old past Ponzi scheme that really kind of took advantage of a lot of people. So again, please, with everything that you have in you, avoid any of these high yield return platforms because they are nothing but Ponzi schemes. As you can see, the entire market is now dealing with this particular Ponzi scheme because people are selling off their Bitcoin after having pretty much duped 10 million different users out there for $3 billion in Bitcoin. So again, avoid these particular Ponzi schemes at all costs if you possibly can, guys. It's just another way for you to lose your crypto. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, this next article here, I would definitely imagine is creating a little bit of negative limelight again around XRP and Ripple, the company. This is coming from Coindesk.com, where we see the SEC guidance gives ammo to lawsuit claiming XRP is unregistered security. Now, guys, if you've been part of the actual XRP community for quite some time, You've already heard about this. This has been ongoing for way too long, and of course now we're seeing a little bit more information coming out from the SEC requiring Ripple to kind of respond in regards to this. This article is pretty intensive, so you can actually go through and read quite a bit of this and get a firmer understanding as to what's happening. They actually highlight some of the takeaways I wanted to kind of quickly read to you so you have a general idea as to what to expect. But what we see here is that a new amended complaint against Ripple draws on the SEC's framework for digital assets to outline how XRP might be a security. This is likely the first federal case to do so. The filing also cites California advertising law in addition to federal securities laws to argue that investors were misled by Ripple's promotion of XRP, which I can't really see that being the case from everything I've learned about this, but we'll get more information relative to that later on. Of course, it goes further to state that while the case is a year old and has not received a class action status, this new complaint is the first that Ripple must respond to with some sort of answer, and Ripple has until mid-September to file their response. So we have at least from now until mid-September to kind of be left in limbo and some anticipation as to what's going to happen with XRP. But I would gather that with everything we know with Ripple, their partnerships with all the banks, financial institutions, and let's not forget MoneyGram, this right here can't be something that's too overly negative for Ripple and XRP going further because, again, these major connections being made, they're not really overly concerned about what the SEC is wanting to do or wanting to know or at least label XRP as, because again they're just simply moving forward. They're moving in leaps and bounds, as a matter of fact, with all the partnerships they've made. So this right here again is going to be very interesting to see how it turns out. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, because again, with all the partnerships they've made and especially knowing that MoneyGram is on board, can this likely be something that is a very negative thing for Ripple the company, especially if it's been this ongoing for quite some time now? My guess is that, we really at this point in time just have to keep our eyes and ears open for some sort of answer from the SEC, but I'm hopeful that if there is something very positive from this, and again, mid-September is when we get a response from Ripple to the SEC, that the SEC will make a determination factor as to whether or not XRP is going to be deemed unregistered security or just simply a digital asset. And mind you, if the SEC comes out and says, hey, guess what, guys, XRP is simply just a digital asset and it is not an unregistered security, imagine what the price is going to be like for XRP as soon as that is mentioned. Again, let me know what you guys think about this information in the comment section. And one last thing I want to quickly go over about XRP. Now, like that Ponzi scheme that I had mentioned earlier, we have another little bit of a scheme that took place on a different exchange called Bexy. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly here, but with this article from Cointelegraph.com, we can see that the XRP price crashed by 40% on Bexy exchange after a coordinated sell-off. Now, I haven't seen anything outright that states that this right here has been disproven. So this right here could have also been one of those major catalysts that, again, help shoot the price downwards when it comes to XRP. Here in the article, we can see that a newly launched cryptocurrency exchange, Bexy, has suspended trading after some users deliberately crashed the price of the XRP digital asset. Of course, according to blogs and posts and other social media messages, the beginning of August 12th, Bexy experienced a sudden surge in XRP trading volumes with a huge sell-off, reducing XRP BTC to 40% of its price on other exchanges. So this is something I believe they were definitely looking into. They definitely halted all the different tradings that were on that exchange, but again, this is a coordinated effect here, very much like how any type of Ponzi scheme would be coordinated. This right here was just a way for them to quickly surge the price and then drop the price of XRP. And if you have enough money, enough people willing to buy in after you've made these little announcements to try and surge the price again so that you can sell off your cryptocurrencies and make a profit, that's going to happen. And of course, until we get some sort of legal clarification about what's going to be happening with the cryptocurrency market, we might see some of this manipulation ongoing until then. So again, guys, there's just multiple amounts of manipulation happening in the market, and this is just a small fraction of that. I've definitely seen different types of whales coming through with substantial amounts of capital altering the price point of the entire market of cryptocurrencies in general, whether it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, you name it. If they have enough money, they can affect the price point. So again, something to keep your eye out for, guys. This right here is just, again, an ongoing situation when it comes to different types of manipulation happening within the market. I've been seeing a lot of people asking, why are we seeing XRP dropping in price? But it's not just XRP, it's really the entire cryptocurrency market in general. So again, it's just something to keep your eyes and ears out for, guys, when dealing with this particular space. This is a brand new space. Very little money when it comes to the entire market capital being invested in here. And until we start seeing a substantial amount of money surging into the cryptocurrency space, we might see a little bit more of this market manipulation right alongside of volatility. So it can be frustrating, guys, but again, this is a brand new market. We got to make sure that we are doing our own due diligence and our own research when it comes to what we invest in. So outside of that, guys, I definitely thank you for paying attention to these videos. Thank you so much for spending the time with me on this channel here. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you are new to this channel and you like this content, please hit the subscribe button just as well and share this content with as many people as you possibly can. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.